The final countdown. Today on Uncuffed Monday. First up, Uncuffed Monday, we have the final countdown for one particular band director who just didn't know when to quit. We got lots today. Some woman got eaten by a crocodile. We've got some pretty terrible policing in Columbus, Ohio, when they didn't want to step in to help an 11-year-old girl who was being manipulated by some man for nudies. All this and more on today's Failure to Stop Uncuffed with comedian J. Derrell White and Eric Tansey.
The growing calls across the nation to defund the police.
To end policing as we know it.
Off the charts violence in New York City. 11 people shot in just 8 hours on Sunday.
This is about the police officers who every single day put on that uniform and they run towards danger when we run away from it.
Jay, right here. 2, 3, 4. Ba-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. Please, can you please stop, sir? Sir, can you please stop?
Well, come on. I mean,
it's over, sir.
We was doing two different types of bands.
Can we please stop? We're trying to get all the kids out of here.
We was doing
sir,
two types
sir,
of
I'm not
bands.
going to ask you again.
Fuck
sir,
you.
I'm
the director.
Yeah, it's going to be a good episode
That's
today.
bullshit.
That is some
That's some bullshit.
shit, dude. You know what it's like to be paid off duty.
Yeah.
You're sitting out there getting that
And
easy
$35.
High school
It was a
football.
high school.
How many high school football games you ever worked?
A lot of them.
Did you really?
Shit, all of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, because you were the
I
school
was
guy.
the school guy. Yeah.
I never worked some. Did you ever have any shit like this?
No, because I knew I had a relationship established with all the teachers.
Yeah, but this was an
principals,
outside. This was an outside school. This was a visiting team. It's the
Yeah,
visitors.
Well, he didn't have no respect for the authority.
None.
He thought he was the man. He thought he was
Yes.
the shit.
Yo.
He doing all this
Yo.
like that, and they took
right?
that gun and he
Oh,
did that.
He hit a note, all right. He hit a high note. He hit a high note.
That was crazy, man.
It was crazy.
But see, you can't say it was because he was black, because there were black officers there
Yeah.
that told him, sir, you need to stop the band, you get up out of there. Here's my thing. He didn't know the rules. Either he didn't know the rules or he didn't give a damn about the rules.
He wanted to know the
Right.
rules. Did you see his CNN interview? Oh, it's so pathetic. Do we have the CNN interview at all?
Yep, I got his stuff.
Oh my gosh.
First of all, I'd like to
Whenever
thank
you're
you
ready
guys
to
for being
play
here
it,
today, for giving me opportunity as an educator to give my side of the story. On Thursday, September 14th, we were preparing for just a normal day. A normal football game is what we normally do. We prepare 3 days a week for our football games. I was traveling over to Jackson Olin High School with a group of about 145 students with chaperones and with staff. We were preparing for the game as we would normally do. We came in and played. The band sounded amazing as is expected from our stellar students. And then towards the end of the game, the director from Jackson Olin High School came over to set up a coordination of playing a few tunes after the game, which we agreed upon. We'd do 2 to 3 tunes, and then we established that we would do 3 tunes at that point. And so we followed suit. And so it brings all in the question of what happened in this situation, which should never have happened to me or to the students or to the parents to have to even see. And again, most important thing I want everybody to know that I was just doing my job as an educator, instructing the band, allowing the band to play, and again, just celebrating the achievements of our football team, our cheerleader squad, and our band program. The things that happened in that game should have never happened. The students should have never seen me tase. Those things should have never happened. I was not trying to be defiant to the police department. Again, I was just trying to do my job, which was previously established before the end of the game. And so I think it's important for everybody to know that it was coordinated. It's something that is customary to bands. And again, we want to make sure that everybody doesn't lose sight of that the students were caught in this. It's very important to understand also that the lights were cut off towards the end of that
they were on a
performing those
timer.
tunes. And so that further made it more difficult for us to be able to move the students out of the stadium in an orderly fashion way, because more importantly, we have to always be careful to make sure that we consider the students and make sure that they're safe entering and out of a stadium. And so that's the account of what happened at the game. It's very unfortunate. I should have never been tased. It was excessive, and I think that should have no educator should ever have to experience that. But I,
guy anymore. Listen, so here's how it really went down. The other bands were playing. He was right there. But then the officials at the end of the game realized, yo, why are they still playing? So they went over and talked. They said, oh, we decided that we were going to play 2 or 3 more songs. They're like, yeah, no, because these lights are on a timer. And they go off automatically. We got to get these students out of here before the lights shut off. So the one band is like, hey, yeah, let's go. We're out. And when the officers go over there, which we're going to play the body camera footage here in just a second, I thought the officers, let's just go ahead and play. I don't want to give too much away. Go ahead and play the body camera footage on this. Let's see this. So he's like, well, it's hard to hear because the band is playing so freaking loud. And so now the band director is signaling for the band to play louder. Cut it. We've got to go. The minutes are over. I know. We're fixing to go. This is our last song. Get out my face. What are you going to do? Get out my face. Okay. You will go to jail. Okay. Thumbs up. Please. Please, he says. Please take me to jail. Get him out my face. Signals the band to continue playing. Pushes his finger to put the volume up. Instructing the band to continue. And now they're starting a new song. Oh my gosh. This is even worse than I thought the song. I kind of fast forward.
Because see, if you look down, even the cheerleaders are still dancing, but there's no, look at the other side of the field.
So
there's
disrespectful.
nobody in the, see the lights cutting out. You see the lights cutting out? Look at there.
Yep. Now they're on the timer and they missed it.
Now he's talking about the sergeant even said, let's go.
Let's go. Here's the thing: if I'm a kid and my band guys doing this shit,
now the sergeant
like,
tell
what
him,
kind of
put him
sheep
in
are they?
handcuffs.
Dude, he's a rock star.
He's
right
still
now.
doing it. Look at that.
Yeah, he's just trying to get all the kids to scream. He's making all the hand gestures.
See, look at it. It's dark out there, and it's because it's on a timer. It's not that they cut the lights out to make them get off.
But you see, it's like even the employees of the school are kind of like, yo, like, what are you doing? Stop. Now, Will Curry says, listen to the idiot screaming. That's because he was doing a hand gesture to make them all scream. Bizarre case. You can cut it out here. Well, I mean, you keep playing it, I guess. So he jumps over the railing.
Second attempt to place him under arrest.
So they're putting him under arrest. He's fighting.
And look, see, there's people there.
Now there's chicks
students.
fighting.
Yeah,
He
like
did just get punched. That cop just got punched in the cheek. I can't tell who punched that cop. I just saw a fist hit him in the face. There we go. Get off me, bro. Get off me, bro. Get off me, bro. Why are you acting like that in front of the kids, man? God, I hope they tase him. I can't get control of the second cuff, he says. I can't get control of the second cuff. That's because he has a horde of people trying to fight the police for him. And this other cop's like, I've had enough. I got my taser out. I've had enough of this. I'm done.
Tell him to stop.
I mean, how many warnings can you give? How many warnings can you possibly give? Now he's pushing again. But now he's got a handcuff on. So technically he could really whoop some ass. Listen, getting slapped with a handcuff.
Somebody
hurts.
just read and said somebody he just hit the car.
Yeah. I mean, it's a horde. It's a mob of human beings playing tug of war with another human being. And this is what the cops have to deal with. I mean, this is an intense situation. They've got to get this situation under control.
It's a black officer at that. It's a black officer.
And he gives it to him. And the guy tries to run because the tasers are such pussy tasers these days. Oh, so they're going to give it to him again.
It was a black officer that tased him, so you can't sit there and say it was racist.
Oh, I think he tased the cop too, didn't he? Looks like that other cop fell.
Oh, I hear it. I hear it again.
Oh, it's getting him good, dude. He's still fighting.
Brian
But
is
now all the
Brian
kids are
bad.
trying to fight in on it too. Like, I mean, this kid should be inciting a riot. I mean, not the kids. The band director should get charged with inciting a riotous behavior. Yeah, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. All right, I mean, we've seen enough, but
But see, my thing is, he was wrong, and it's always like that. And then they go get this Ben Crumb type lawyer, and they'll go out there after a few days, and then he'll make a statement like he made. Your ass was the problem.
100% the problem.
He was the problem, man.
Now, do you think that school district fires him?
He, at least suspend him. He
They
should be
better
suspended.
fire him. They better. I think they should fire him.
Well,
You
yeah,
do some
because
shit like that.
because he put the kids in danger.
Hell yeah.
He put the kids in
Yeah.
danger. Continue
That's his
to
one
play the
job,
music.
is to keep them safe.
They have instruments. It's dark. Walking up and down them slick ass damn bleachers with heavy ass instruments.
Yeah.
If I'm a tuba, I leave that shit there. I left it right there. Tell him to bring it down. I have my little phone light and make my way down them damn steps. Them kids, he put them kids in danger.
And all
man.
those kids want to do, realistically, is go to Chili's
yeah,
and get one of those little Shirley Temples. You know what I mean? That's what we did after all the games.
Oh, see,
I couldn't wait. Like, let me out of here.
We
let me
went
get to
home and ate
Chili's.
ramen noodles and oodles and noodles. We
You
went
did?
home. Yeah,
Where would you go? Clayton High?
Yeah.
You didn't go across the street to McDonald's?
we did sometime, but I worked there, so I got tired of that shit.
Oh,
I got tired of that
Mickey
food. You
D's.
know?
Listen, I got another one for you today. By the way, today's show is brought to you by Manscaped.com. Promo code Wolfpack. Manscaped.com forward promo code Wolfpack. And then we have FactorMeals.com. Factor Meals. It's Wolfpack 50. Meal planning to the next level. Speaking of McDonald's. Meal planning to the next level. So if you want something protein heavy, calorie conscious, Factor Meals has that for you. Go on to factormeals.com right now. Go on to factormeals.com right now. There's like 300 menu items on there, and you can choose whatever diet you want. So don't spend any of your time wasting your time doing all the meal planning. By the time you go to the store, buy the shrimp, buy the chicken, buy the bacon, buy the homemade ranch, buy the salmon, buy all the things that you want in your lunch, cook them, prepare them, and set them aside. That's valuable time wasted. These are meals prepped, ready to go, fresh, never frozen, delivered right to your house in a beautiful box with some like dry ice. You put them right into the refrigerator, take them right from the refrigerator, put them into your lunchbox, put them in the microwave at work. 2 minutes, baby. Microwave them, and you've got meals ready to go. So thank you to Factor Meals. The promo code there is Wolfpack50. But not getting off the topic of this band director, because I want to go on and do a little bit more. But I want to know what you guys' opinion on this. I went to the pizza joint right there behind the Macad's in town and ordered some food, paid with cash. And I like this pizza joint a lot too. Love it. Actually, it's one of my favorite pizzas in town. I'm not even going to say the name of it because I like it so much. But I had one bad experience out of all of them. Pay with some cash. And the girl was like, "You want your change back?" I was like, "Yeah, of course." She was like, "All of it?" I said, "Well, yeah. The pizza's $15. I gave you 20. I should get like $5 back, $4 and some change."
Right.
She said, "Well, some people like to tip." I said, "It's carry out. This is a drive-through window."
Right.
She goes, "Oh, you'd be surprised. Are we just at that point now where you're like a 15-year-old girl and you just ask for a tip and all you're doing is standing at the takeout window?"
Right. Doing your job.
What? People are like, "Well, they only make minimum wage." Yeah, because it's a minimum wage job.
Right.
You don't even have any bills. She ain't got no kids. She's 15.
Nothing.
She's in high school.
Exactly. She's saving up for them Jordans, them Air Force Ones.
Tipping has gotten too out of control. Out of control.
You know what? Not only tipping, man, but shit. Anywhere you go, they always want to throw that. Would you like to round up your change to even change?
I'm tired of that. To
I'm like,
donate to
no.
the Humane Society.
Right. They want to donate, and I'm like, here's the thing. Just imagine what they doing is basically saying we're donating. I'll give you a good example. Regal movie theater. I'm gonna say their name. Regal movie theater because I get tired of shit. Okay. Every time I go there, 'cause I go there all the time. They ask me this. If I get something and it's like $1, almost $2 and change, would you like to round up? No. And I tell them, I say, who's it going to? Oh, it's going to. I already donate to them, ma'am. Which I do. Which is it's the children's home.
Oh, really?
You know, so I was like, I already donate to them. I said, because here's my thing. You give them all your change. Say every week, they do this shit every day, all day, from open to close. Say they do it for 2 or 3 months. Them jokers done made up a whole lot. They done made a lot of money.
Yeah.
They made a lot of money. And here's the thing. They're sending it to that organization. If they are sending 100% of what they're making, from the proceeds going there, they're putting it in their name. It's in their name. It makes them look like the most gracious giver.
Right.
And we still look like a piece of shit, but it's our change that's building up.
Regal donated over $100,000. Like, no,
Right.
Fuck you didn't. I donated like 5 of those dollars.
Exactly. I know $5 out of that 100,000 is mine. Shit, why my name ain't up there? You know?
I don't think you get the tax deduction.
You don't get
for it.
nothing. You don't get
But
shit.
they do.
Right.
Damn, I never thought of that.
And that's why I tell them
Criminal, bro.
At first I did. I ain't gonna lie. They caught me once or twice.
Sure.
Round up. It'll be easy.
Especially when they're cute.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then I'm thinking, I'm like, is
would
he
you
asking
like to donate? And you're like, oh, that's so sweet.
I'm
You're
like,
thinking about other people. Sure.
I'm like, he asking to round up because they dumb as hell, don't know how to count.
Yeah.
Because I had one. I had a total came up to
$6.01.
$6.99. I gave him $7. He said, "Sir, do you want your penny back?" And I was like, "No, man, go ahead and keep it. If it's that bad, you got to ask me if I want my penny back.
Sure.
You shouldn't ask. I want to rip into his ass. So you should. If somebody have change coming back to him, I don't give a fuck if it is a penny. Give it to him.
Yeah.
Because next thing I know, I'm gonna go somewhere and I'm gonna need that damn penny.
Right.
I'm like, shit.
Could you imagine when I was a kid working at Food Line, 14 years old, and all I could do was go and get the carts and bring them back inside. But and help old ladies out of the car. Like my job was to bag groceries, get carts, and ask anybody if they need help out of their car. You get these old ladies out of their car, man, they'd have you washing their windows. They'd be asking you, you know what I'm saying? They'd be asking you to like move the tire in their back. Like, oh, you might rotate my tires while you're at it. They'd be getting you to do all sorts of shit. And there was no chance you were getting a tip. And you definitely didn't ask for one.
Right.
These Gen Zers, man, it's like they're not doing shit. They're like, the only people I would tip is them Chick-fil-A people. Because they work so hard. And they get you through so fast. And the customer service, I don't tip them. But I would.
They get a day off. They get Sunday off.
Well, they deserve it because they work hard.
Sunday off.
You could go through any Chick-fil-A line. Polite as shit. And those lines around the building, and you're still only there for 3 minutes.
Day.
There could be 2 cars at Wendy's.
Yeah.
You're there for an hour.
Yeah.
And the service sucks.
Yeah. But
like,
you
what
you
right. need.
I believe they take classes at Chick-fil-A.
Probably.
Because all of them, my pleasure.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
You ever worked with a rookie cop that came from Chick-fil-A? I had one. He worked for Chick-fil-A. He was there for like 2 years at Chick-fil-A. And we used to go in there and eat, as cops, because we ate for free at 9 o'clock at night while they counted down the registers. Eat them leftovers. And anyway, he became a cop. And he was on field training and everything. I was checking in on him and stuff, man. And you take him to a domestic and they'd be like, "Man, fuck you, crack ass white boy." And he's like, "My pleasure, sir. But is there anything else I can do for you that would make your stay more enjoyable?" I'm like, "Damn, dude, say Chick-fil-A. Tase that bitch."
I think the way police officers look now, I'm kind of mad. I'm mad because it's been 6 years, going on 7 years that I've been away, not active duty. And over the past, going on 7 years, December makes 7 years, these officers out here wearing full-blown beards.
Yeah.
Longer hair.
Yeah.
They tattoos all up and down their arm.
They got it made. There's no more discipline.
Shit, we had to wear long sleeve shirts or sleeve. You couldn't have no facial hair.
Well, there's no more standards though, and like all that stuff is cool, but the standard of policing and what you're getting customer service wise from police officers it really does reflect. And we're gonna go to a story right now in Columbus, Ohio. Have you seen this story in Columbus, Ohio, where they're called to where this female, 11 years old, sending out nudies, and the dad calls 911, and it takes a cop 6 to 8 hours to get to the house.
Had to prioritize the call.
Well, Columbus, Ohio's gotten hit really hard. Like nobody wants to be a cop in Ohio because they've just been they've got like a no foot chase policy. They've got some of the worst policies. And these cops get here. Do you have this clip at all?
The officers must be fat
Yeah.
as hell then. Out of shape.
Check this out. This
We
is
don't-
now
In the
listen,
local
I don't-
news, this is a 911, and then we have the footage right after.
Okay, go ahead and play the 911 real quick.
Yes. Today, when I had taken my phone to, I found some text messages on there from somebody that I know to be, it's a grown man. And I do believe it's somebody that he's already got her to send him inappropriate pictures of her.
Isabel Hansen is live with a strong reaction tonight from Police Chief Elaine Bryant. Isabel, what did she say?
Stacia, she says the officer did not treat the victim with dignity. Columbus Police Chief Elaine Bryant expects every officer to respond to every situation appropriately, and she tells me that did not happen in this case. Take a look at the video she's referencing.
Hi.
Yeah, she's in bed now. She's already asleep.
Well, it still happened though, right?
Yeah. I just the whole point. I just want you guys to come over and talk to her. I mean, I just want her to realize what this was. I mean, in reality, it's not much you guys probably can do about it, is there?
I mean, she could probably get charged with child porn.
Who, she can? She's 11 years old.
She's creating it, right?
She's 11 years old.
Doesn't matter. He's still making porn.
No, she's not. She's being manipulated by a grown adult on the
Is she
internet.
taking pictures of?
You guys have a nice evening.
Okay.
Thank you for coming.
Do you feel that the officers responded correctly in that situation based on their training?
I think that, again, lacked compassion and was very insensitive.
After seeing this video, Columbus Police Chief Elaine Bryant says she called the Inspector General to investigate the officer's actions.
We have to wait until that investigation is complete regarding any policy or any violations that they find, and then it will come to my office with the recommendations.
So they'll continue working until the investigation is
Y'all don't have an
They are
internal
working.
affairs?
We're also hearing the officer's response from her body-worn camera. The video's mostly blurred out, but take a listen to what she says to her partner after the dad shuts the door.
She's taking pictures of herself naked. She's creating child porn. Is that wrong? Nope.
As a mother myself, that I was very unhappy with what I saw in regards to how that officer responded.
Her
Yeah, but you would have
response
been
now has
unhappy
CPD
anyway,
leadership looking
because
into
there's no
concerns
way that
regarding
you would have you
training.
back
We want to
here
make sure that
on
our
TV.
officers are being supervised and making sure that they are doing things that they're supposed to be, that they're treating people with compassion, that they're responding appropriately.
Yeah.
My
That's why-
thing
that's
on
why you're
this
wearing a
is,
police uniform.
I would probably send them to training, have some type of in-service training class that they need to attend. I wouldn't suspend them. I wouldn't take no pay, no days off the street or anything, but they would go to a class and just learn how to deal with a situation like that better. I mean, first of all, you should already know, that's like when we, how calls in our district or on your beat would stack up, and you'd be like, all right, stack that call to me. Once I get this one, I'll go to that one. And we did that. And a lot of times, you spend more time on cases in front of that. And then by the time you get to a case, you should already know, okay, they might be pissed because we here 4
I know,
hours
right?
later, no long as nobody hurt. That's what they should have said. How old is she? When they said she was 11, that's just like, okay, she's not even a teenager. Things should have been clicking in their head saying, okay, well, let me say this to get out of maybe doing a police report.
I mean, like,
or maybe even,
I don't
you know what I'm
understand.
saying? Or getting a complaint.
Right.
The least they could have done was, okay, let's do a report. Let's do a report and put in there that, she's 11 years old. She voluntarily sent it herself. And then the father's statement saying, hey, she was manipulated by whoever, whatever. Put all that in the report, boom, and let it go. Let a detective detect.
I mean, dude. So, and this is what I'm talking about. The community service, the customer service of police officers is gone, right? Because one, these cops are all overworked, and they're going call to call to call.
Exactly.
And I get it. I've been in a bad mood. I was in a bad mood today, man. Believe it or not, I had just such a bad day today. Nothing was working for me. Nothing. But and I guess it's kind of hard because I came off like a really good week.
Right.
Just the week of like all the things that happened. It was so great. And then like Monday was like, damn. How am I supposed to But anyway, I get it. But as an officer, customer service is key. And it can get you out of so much. And all you had to do there, I would tell my rookies all the time, I had a sergeant that I didn't necessarily care for all that much, but he did say something that stuck with me forever. He said 99% of your problems can go away by simply just spending 10 minutes at every single call that you go to. If you just force yourself to be there for 10 minutes, kind of like we force ourselves to do an hour-long podcast.
Right.
If you force yourself to do 10 minutes, you'll figure it out. It's when you go in there and you do shit like this, where you're like, hey, we got 6 calls to go. It's midnight. I haven't eaten. I'm starving. We got this dumbass dad who can't keep his 11-year-old daughter off the fucking phone. You know what I mean? That's just what they're thinking, whether it's right or wrong, you know, and it's like, now we got to go deal with it at midnight. I'm going to go over there. We're going to get rid of it. And he's like, well, she's already asleep and you guys took 6 hours. And she's like, great. Well, just let you know, like, we could charge her. Like, that was stupid. That was so stupid of her to say it. Well, I don't know why the chief is doing the same shit, passing the buck over this attorney general or adjunct general. I don't even know what that is. Like, you have internal affairs for this dumb shit.
States, I think different states have different ways.
Maybe they don't have
stuff.
Maybe they don't have. Maybe their inspectors are their internal affairs. Maybe you're right.
So,
but you know, for her, what she should have done, and if you're an officer listening to this, customer service, man, think about what would Chick-fil-A say? They would say, "Oh, is she asleep right now? Well, hey, listen, do you know the gentleman's name who she's texting? Can I write that down? Would that be okay with you if I wrote that down? Okay, yeah, Marcus. Do you know how old he is?
Man,
okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, just spend 10 minutes.
I'm telling you, the least, the minimum thing. A lot of officers, and y'all can chime in if you want. You know it's true. I've done this almost 20 years. I'm telling you, if we can go to a call and can talk it out or whatever, and don't have to do an actual report, we're happy.
Sure,
we're happy.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Attitude.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, because when when you arrest somebody, you do a report, arrest report, that's it. You know, a citation. You know, but when you got a case, that's something that is gonna, once you do it, and you're gonna pass it off, and detectives gonna get it. I mean, even this right here would have been a good information report.
Oh, you would have. I mean, this one I don't see how you don't do a report.
Right. You do a report, act like you care.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, especially if you had kids. If those officers had kids, they should felt some kind of
and again, that's why I understand where she's coming from, because I do have kids, and I find it infuriating that you allowed your 11-year-old child to be with a phone. I mean, my 10-year, I can't imagine just giving my kid carte blanche with a fucking phone right now. You know why my kid can't send nudies out with his phone? Because he doesn't have it. Because he ain't got it.
Has he ever seen a naked ass?
No.
Besides you running around here
No,
walking.
he hasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I get where you're mad, but you can't project that onto the other parents just because people don't parent the way you do. But no, but like any call you go to, any call, doesn't matter how stupid, and almost, listen, 99% of your calls are stupid, right? Like, everybody that you're working with is dumb in some way, type or form.
Yeah, you got some
you
idiots
know,
out there.
If you called the police to come to your house, I'd say more than 3 times in 10 years, you need to reevaluate your entire life being. Because I mean, I've gone 30 years and I've only needed the police to come to my house like 3 times in 30 years. But you got people on the streets that are calling the police every week, every other month. Now, this guy didn't. This guy said this was his first time calling the police. And listen, he got piss poor customer service. I don't know. It's not criminal, though.
What, like 7-8 hours?
Yeah, but like, I mean, that's a call because it's not a priority call.
Right. Exactly. It was not a priority call.
Nobody's going to take
to officers.
Right.
But to this man, it was.
For him.
Yeah, right. For him, it's a priority because it's his daughter. His 11-year-old daughter. He don't know what to do legally. So he called the police. Yeah. He could have did it illegally.
That's what he pays us
and find out who did it, hooked it up. He could have did one of them, what was that? What's his name? Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
He could have did one of them setups and have dude come up there and then whoop his ass.
That's what I would have done. I mean, let some old dude get some nudies out of one of my daughters. Oh, and his bloodline, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
He's gone.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
He's a guy.
Yeah.
So all of his little friends. But listen, he pays the taxes. He gets to be a dick.
Oh, yeah.
He gets to be a douchebag. Just like when I'm going to Chick-fil-A, if I want my chicken sandwich, I don't want to say please and thank you. I want my chicken sandwich right now. It's my prerogative. I'm paying you guys way too much money for a chicken sandwich as is. and a Diet Coke. I should, but I expect really good customer service back. And this officer did not give good customer service at all. If it was my distillery and my bar manager treated somebody like that, but I'd give her one time to get away with it, and then I'd have to let her go.
Here's my thing too: walking back to your car,
knowing that your camera,
knowing you have your camera on,
and doubling down,
and you talking stuff about that. Yeah, you talking just reckless about what just happened.
Well, she was trying to tell her body camera that she was trying to justify. She was like, "Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I mean, it's a crime for her to take the pictures. Am I wrong?" And so I think what she did there was kind of covering her ass. She's like, "Well, I mean, yeah, I was a bitch, but I wasn't wrong." Yeah. And that's the other thing too. It's like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Because what she said technically is not wrong. Like, they're not going to arrest that little girl, but it is a crime to send nudies.
Right.
In most places.
Right.
But again, that's where it goes there. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I always tell my rookies, man, just spend 10 minutes, kind and compassionate, act like you're a Chick-fil-A employee, and you're not going to have these problems. You're not going to have a super viral problem. And then at the end of the day, though, this is kind of what you signed up to fix. You became a cop to fix shit just like this. This is an easy fix. You're a female cop. You could have easily been like, "Hey, man, I'm working tomorrow at 4 in the afternoon.
You know what?
Can I come over here and have a conversation with your daughter tomorrow at 6 and just talk to her?"
I would love to sit in the police department in-service training class on stuff like this. I like to play role model, role play. I love the role play. Because I remember we had when I became a CT crisis intervention officer.
CIT.
When I became the officer, they had where we would play role, reversals and stuff. And I got up there and I played one of the best handicapped, mentally challenged dudes you ever seen.
Oh, dude.
My acting was on. I had them laughing. They were laughing.
Isn't that like blackface?
No.
Can't like pretending to be.
No, it's acting. I didn't put no paint, no makeup on. I kind of undid my shirt and the facial.
Oh,
and
I don't know. It feels a little blackface.
I was cussing and fussing them out. I was giving them the business. And they was like, and you basically, it's a learning curve for everybody that's watching. And the two officers that had to come to my, pretend to come to my house and deal with a person that was in mental crisis. Yeah. And this right here sort of, I don't want to put it that he was in a mental crisis, but first of all, he's upset about his daughter, his 11-year-old child being manipulated by a grown-ass pervert out there. So he called the police. He did what he thought was right, called the police. Police come 8 damn hours later because, of course, he don't understand the prioritizing calls,
Yeah, that call's not going to go to a certain cop. It's going to go on a stack.
Right. But here's the thing. Those officers should have known that. They should say, you know what? They're going to be mad.
But we all did that. We was always say that.
They should have made him happy by, "Sir, what can we do?" What, even if he was like, arrest him. Well, we're going to need the information. What information do you have of him? Even if you just write the shit down.
Don't even write it. Just pretend like you're writing.
Or something, but you don't say what you just said.
Yeah, you write Jingle Bell. Now you just pretend to give a fuck.
So he heard up when that ring.
That's what I'm saying.
That ring. Let me pull this footage here and put this on social media. This is gonna blow the fuck up.
Yeah, it did.
And it did.
And listen, people are getting rich off the cops because I think everybody's starting to see the trend. Yeah. Like, there's enough cops in this world that obviously one of them's gonna fuck up, and if you can be the guy that catches it, you're gonna be famous. Like this guy.
It's damn if you do, damn if
but
you
now
don't.
now everybody knows that this poor 11-year-old girl, because his dad wanted to make that video famous. Mm-hmm. People are gonna know who that guy is. Yeah. And now they're gonna know that your 11-year-old daughter is putting out nudies.
Right.
What does that do for your 11-year-old daughter? I mean, all around, I can see some pretty bad parenting here. But that's not not the point.
Now all the
bad
registered sex offenders that's they're all around the house now. They looking for her.
Speaking of which, homeboy might need to get officer privacy at officerprivacy.com. This is exactly why you get officerprivacy.com/Wolfpack. Officerprivacy.com/Wolfpack. This is going to scrub your address and where you spend your most intimate parts of your life, the gym, the church, where your kids play soccer. OfficerPrivacy.com will work with you. It's a monthly subscription. It's not much. It's totally worth it. They're going to work with you to get these key items scrubbed from the interweb so that when you screw up, or even if you don't screw up, let's just say you shoot somebody because you had to, because you're saving some lives. They're coming to your house. They're going to protest. The media is going to come. Anti-police rhetoric is only going to ramp up with the election season coming on. And a lot of you cops out there, I know you're not going to buy this shit because you guys are too cool for school. You're too tough for it. But think about your family. Don't be selfish here. So I say this. If you know an officer, if you're family to an officer, this is a great gift to give them. Get them a free subscription or get them at least a preliminary scrubbing off of the internet. And that way you have a peace of mind for your children, your wife, that people that you're leaving at home. So officerprivacy.com/Wolfpack. But yeah, I always tell my rookies on this kind of things, I would be very disappointed if one of my rookies treated somebody like this. I understand and empathize with cops being grouchy and in bad moods because you see some crazy shit and you take some stupid ass calls. But this one should have been a no-brainer. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? For me, this would be like, anytime it's a child sex crime, you got to have a little bit more empathy.
Man, I put it this way.
That's an emotional
I worked
response.
in a school where I had a girl who cried rape, who said she was raped. And the school administrators had to do what they had to do. Of course, they called the parents in. They called me in. And I go in there with the girl, with the family, the parents sitting there. And, of course, the principal is basically setting up what she came out and told. And I just asked basic questions. And then I got on the phone to call a female detective. I requested a female detective.
Sure.
Because a female girl, she was a teenager. Yeah. I felt she'd feel more comfortable talking to a female than she would a male. But she actually felt comfortable talking to me about it.
Okay.
Because I was SO, I was a school resource officer, and, been there. I've known her since her freshman year. She, she's a sophomore. And it was just, and I know her. Mm-hmm. And I was like, she's promiscuous anyway. Right. She might be fooling her parents, but I seen her around school.
Yeah.
But she was comfortable enough because I was that dude. Sure. I was that officer that was cool with everybody, laugh, haha, whatever. If you get, you do something wrong, I'm going to carry your ass to jail. I'm going to get you. But if you're doing good, I got your back. So she was comfortable with me. And the guy that she accused was a douchebag. He won't hit no shit. He was a sorry ass kid. I'm serious. Sure. He was 18 though. Oh, shit. And she was 16. He was 18. So, of course, had to pull out the blue book and find out,
figure out if that's legal.
Right. Rape is rape though, but Right. But the thing was, I knew something just won't right down in my spirit that she was lying. Something, she got caught. Right. She got caught up. And she started wanting to lie to get out of it, and that's exactly what it was. But she went on with this lie. The administrator, she lied. Her parents was lying. I got the detective coming, and before the detective came, I asked her a couple of questions and everything, and just little questions that I could use. So when the detective come, I could walk out and go do some investigating. And it just didn't add up. Stuff didn't add up. And when the detective came and talked to her, she came out and we talked, and she was like, "How well you know this girl?" I said, "She lying, ain't she?" She said, "It seemed like it." Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I said, "Yeah, but the way we handled it though, we handled it where we didn't come out to her and like, you fucking lying, bitch. Yeah. Stuff like that. But we kind of got her, coached her, and then of course, we go into our stories, go into, this is what can happen to this kid. Yeah. We hope, we're gonna do a rape kit, your clothes, we're gonna have to change your clothes, get your clothes, collect all this stuff. They're gonna take samples, they're gonna do this and that. And of course, she didn't want to go through all that. She thought it was all right, just cool for her to accuse the dude, and we was gonna go arrest his ass. Yeah. I was like, "Oh no, we got to do take you to the hospital. You got to get checked out.
Unless you're Russell Brand,
all this stuff. Well,
you get due process,
right? But shit. Next thing I know, I looked at her, I said, "One last time, can you tell us the truth?" because we're all. I mean, this could be newsworthy.
Yeah.
It could look bad if this ain't what it is. And then she bust out crying and told the truth. Her mom and dad was so embarrassed.
Oh, sure.
They were so mad. The principals them already had this boy's file and was looking to throw the hammer at his ass.
Yeah.
Then I'm sitting there like, whew, because I would hate to have to be up in court, tied up in court, and it became a lie. That lie was discovered in court.
Yeah.
After we done arrested this kid. He got a mug shot because he's 18, so he's getting treated as an adult. All that other shit, all because she gave up the ass. She slept with him, but it was consensual.
Yeah.
It wasn't, they was dating.
Mhm.
It was known around school they was dating. They was messing around. He done already hit it a couple of times. But when her parents or another guy found out about it, that's when she wanted to lie. Oh, he took it. He raped me. And all that other stuff.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, and listen, I've worked a lot of those cases where they just got caught, and then all of a sudden it's rape. But yeah, I don't know. Going back to this story, I would say if you're an officer and you're listening, man, don't get sucked into this kind of shit, man. You know there's cameras everywhere, and it's nothing off your back to spend 10 minutes. It's going to save you a whole lot of time, even if you pretend like you're writing. That could have been avoided. But again, I don't like the police chief out here making this an even more bigger deal than it was. I mean, she could have just ended that with, listen, this isn't what we teach here. We're going to look at it. We're going to review some training and standards. We're going to look at the law, and we're going to re-educate our officers. Make sure that everybody's familiar with exactly how to handle situations like this. End of story, But, that people like her, this chief or whatever she was,
she should have been
that's all political. They're just playing politics. They don't really give a shit about their officers. They don't give a shit about that little girl or the victims. All they care about is getting appointed to being the chief for another year. Speaking of which, when you were saying that you were playing the mentally handicapped dude, Bradley Cooper faces backlash for wearing a prosthetic nose while doing a Leonard Bernstein biopic, saying that he did Jew face. I think we're taking this too far.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a character he's playing, fuck it, it's a character.
Yeah,
it's a character. That his job.
You should be allowed to be black. Like I think if you're doing it,
he's an actor. I mean, that's just like who was that? Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
was
it
him?
was awesome.
And he played in Thunder.
Yeah,
Tropic Thunder. I'm the dude.
The
dude. I mean, he was funny.
It was
shit.
great, wasn't it?
It was.
He's come out and apologized for that. I think. Or
Maybe he had to.
did,
Yeah, because people came out.
But you see, like you should be able, like if you have a really great Halloween costume and you want to be like LeBron James, if you do it respectfully and you look bomb ass,
man,
who gives a fuck?
Look, man. One year, I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
I took my mom a damn pillowcase and her sheets, and I made me a Klan outfit.
Yeah, you did.
And I wore it.
Fuck yeah.
I was the Klan.
It's funny.
It was.
That's funny. You know what? My son, I got a picture of my son. He wanted to be a ghost. So he went and got a pillowcase and cut holes in the pillowcase all by himself. Put the fucking pillowcase over his head to be the ghost, and he came out in the kitchen. I was like, yo, no, no. I mean, it was like pointed up and everything, dude. I was like, no, my God, no, like take that off. Like, what is wrong with you, my friend?
And the thing about it, I did it for a joke, though. I said, yeah, I'm in Johnston County. Fuck it. I wonder how they're going to act if I go to their door with a Klansman outfit on, or a black man with a Klansman outfit on.
You should do that this year. You should do that this year. That would be so funny. Tactical dude in the chat says, if I wear a black condom, am I doing black cock?
Do they sell black condoms? I've never seen.
You've never probably seen a condom.
I go raw. I raw dog.
You've been raw dogging it since the 1930s, bro.
I know you ain't seen no condom. You just got 5 kids. You ain't seen that in a while.
Well, speaking of bad parents, we got this whole Ruby Frankie case. You familiar with that? Ruby Frankie? She's this influencer, man. She's a parent vlogger, video vlogger, and her kids got loose, ran to the neighbors, all mounted church and everything. And they started playing all the videos and the clips of this stuff. I say some pretty fucked up things to my kids because they're homeschooling around them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In no way, shape, or form do I abuse my children. But we have fun together. Like my sons will flick me off sometimes. They'll fuck with me. They call me Fat Daddy all the time. But like I'll say some things to make it look pretty audacious. Like I'll be like, man, if you don't land this next chick, I'm gonna make you change your last name and walk home. People are like, oh my God. You know, then my kids know I'm joking. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this is why we don't support the troops. This is why people don't support Black Lives Matter, because shit like that. And they're like, I'm like, if you don't land this, you don't support the black community. And they're like, you know, people are like, what the fuck? You know, I say crazy shit, but like, you know what? It's fun. So I was kind of like, when I was going into these, I was like, well, I mean, maybe she was kind of like me, where she's just over the top and treats her kids like he treats everybody else in this world. And no, I don't take food away from my kids. I don't like, you know,
That's one thing about me. A kid, you with me, you gonna eat. You're gonna get some food. You want some water, you know.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. I'll feed you before I eat.
Sure.
You know, if you you know, and then you on social media portraying, you know, she was actually being mean to them on camera, on live, and people I guess thought it was a setup, it was a joke or whatever, but she was really abusing them
I
kids.
think some people called DPS
and they didn't do shit. I heard they didn't do shit.
Well, they never do.
Right.
That's always been my biggest complaint.
You know, and she built all that, made all that money. Her ass, they ought to drop the hammer on her ass.
Well, and you gave her no bond. And that brought me to another point, is like, I know that there's a lot of racism that goes around the world, but this is two white women that are vloggers that are very influential, and they gave them a no bond.
Yeah, that's some shit.
So, I mean, you know, sometimes the justice system is just weird, because we have another story with another white dude who bonded out 10% of $250,000 for first-degree murder of his wife.
Damn.
Yeah. So, in one token, for an alleged child abuse case, no bond. For a first-degree murder case, which he was found guilty, he's out on $250,000 bond, only had to pay 10%, and didn't show up to his sentencing trial. He gone. Well, they found him now, but this is in Ottumwa, Iowa. An Iowa man who failed to show, this is, by the way, this is coming from NBC News. Ottumwa, Iowa. An Iowa man who failed to show up for the guilty verdict at his murder trial has been found and taken into custody, state officials announced on Saturday. In a brief statement, the Iowa Department of Public Safety thanked everyone who provided information that led to the arrest of Gregory Showalter Sr. They said more details would be released later. The statement did not provide any additional. A judge issued an arrest warrant for Showalter after he missed the reading of the jury verdict on Friday, according to the Ottumwa Courier. He was convicted of killing his wife. He strangled her, threw her in a river. But 63 was out on bail since August of 2021. When a judge allowed him to post 10% of his $250,000 bond as long as he attended court hearings and wore a GPS monitor. Prosecutors had argued that Showalter strangled his wife on July 31st, 2021, and then dumped her body along the Des Moines River near Ottawa. So a jury found this guy guilty, and he didn't fucking show up.
That's crazy.
But anyway, they were able to track him down. He turned his phone off and everything like that. But they found it. I just thought that was a strange case, because how do you get out for $250,000
after you done killed somebody?
After you killed somebody.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the thing is,
I mean, they must have had zero evidence.
I guess, you know, they say you're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So in his mind, he felt he was innocent. He know he in his back of his mind, he know he killed them people. He know he killed whoever. But again, the court of law, you're innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
He got the opportunity to bond out, which I mean, and like I said, bond is different from state. I'm a bondsman. I'm a licensed bondsman here in the state of North Carolina. And hell, different states is different. You know, a serious assault here can get you maybe about $10,000 bond for an assault. In another state, it could be $250. Like $2,500. And you be like, damn, that's low. You know, here in North Carolina, a domestic, they put a hold on your ass 48 hours.
Yeah,
you can't go nowhere 48 hours. Then you post bond. There's some states that after a domestic, they let your ass go as soon as you can post bond. You know, just like then. I mean, it's different. It's different, man.
Before we close up tonight, got 10 minutes left. I'd like to just close out by saying, how about damn boys? I don't know a lot about sports, but I'm guessing because somebody brought it up in the chats. I think it was Wayne brought it up in the chats about the Cowboys. I'm taking it that the Cowboys lost.
Everybody who hates the Cowboys, they've had pent up energy. You know, they was constipated for the last couple of weeks. They were constipated. They were constipated because they couldn't shit right because the Cowboys was winning. You know, their blood pressure was up, the cholesterol was up, the A1C was damn it a 15 and shit, doubled up than what it's supposed to be because the Cowboys were winning. The Cowboys, my team, ride or die, been a Cowboy fan since I was 5 years old, 1977. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when your team win, they win. When they lose, hell, they lose. I'm not jumping ship.
You're not wearing a Dallas Cowboy hat tonight.
Not tonight because I'm representing my university, North Carolina Western University.
How convenient.
That's who I go. That's who I rock with collegiately. I ain't jump the band and go to Colorado because of Deion Sanders.
I think the reason everybody loves to shit on Dallas when they lose is because every Dallas fan comes in with the chain, with the net, the star on their neck. They do the we done boys,
but
we
we're
done boys.
fans.
So it makes it easy.
Being a fan.
No other fans act like Dallas.
Come on,
Cowboys.
well, shit.
Maybe
Eagle fans, Giants fans, they're all assholes. The ones I've met, they're all assholes.
Oh, it's because everybody that doesn't like the Dallas Cowboys is an asshole.
Because they talk about us.
Yeah, but because y'all act the way you do.
No, we act the way we do.
Look at Deion Sanders. You know why Deion Sanders is getting so much shit right now for losing?
Well, because he won a Super Bowl.
No, because all the shit he
Cowboys.
talks. All that shit he talks about confidence and bravado and like
that's
this
just,
and that.
no,
It's
no,
like shut the fuck up and just win.
But
And shut up.
You got to understand. You have to do that.
You what?
You
Steelers
you watch
never been
wrestling?
caught.
Do you
Steelers
ever watch
never been
wrestling?
caught doing that. How many rings they
Do you
got?
ever watch wrestling?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a buddy, good friend, guy I grew up with since we was little. Shane Gregory Helms, the Hurricane. WWE. He's a legend. He should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm gonna be there. When his ass go to the Hall of Fame, I'm going.
Okay.
Support my brother. But here's my thing. If I was to ask him, you every night when you out there wrestling The Rock, Ric Flair, The Undertaker, these big time Stone Cold Steve Austin, these guys that are mega superstars, didn't you have to talk shit? You had to do something within your character or make a character big that will stand out to actually, you know, so they can book you to fight them, to wrestle them, and to be friends with them, to be known. You know what I'm saying? That's what Deion as a player, hell, he done made it to the pinnacle of, he's a Hall of Famer. He has his jacket. Hell, now he walking around missing toes. They had to amputate some toes off one of his foots.
Why?
Something happened. I don't know, diabetes or something, but yeah, he missing. They done recently too. This has been the last year or two. So he's already done his job as a player.
Yeah, but when you talk shit like that, you bring so much undue pressure.
But you got to understand, you got to think what he's doing. What some people think is talking shit is he's motivating those kids. Because first of all, he's telling those kids that's playing for him, he's saying, look, this is how I did it. This is how I got where you at to the Hall of Fame, or had a Hall of Fame career in the NFL, made plenty of money, and I got my gold jacket. If that's what you want, where you want to go, then you're going to have to put in the work. He's just motivating those kids. He's just talking. He's not even using no profanity because he said he gave up cussing. He don't cuss. He's God and all that stuff. But he's bringing in other people around him. Think about it. He went from a HBCU, and he brought that HBCU within 2-3 years. He got them championships. They won championships when they was like winning one game every year before he came. Not only that, but he took less pay. He brought in some influences to help build that school up. So then when he left to go to a Power 5 school or go to a major university, Colorado, them fuckers ain't won but one game last year. And the year before that, one game. 2 years, 2 games, 2 years prior to that. So
Colorado?
Yeah. Colorado been sucked, man. They sucked big time. So he takes that job. He say, okay, I got to bring my own staff. Let me build my staff. And all these players, since y'all have this portal system where kids can go to other schools when they ain't getting playing time, he just came out and told them. He done did his research. He done looked and saw these kids' tapes and their information. And he's like, okay, well, my son is going to be my quarterback. If you already a quarterback here, you're going to have to put in the work, and you're going to have to show it that you can beat my son. If you cannot beat him, then you can either ride the bench or go ahead and get on the portal and find you a place where you can play.
Good?
Oh, yeah. Okay. His son is Heisman. Yeah. He's already in the Heisman talk. Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's just a junior. He's a junior. But here's my thing.
But he lost, and now everybody's talking shit.
Well, but see, that's the thing. I mean, this is his first year. This team, I mean, Vegas, if you was a bet man, Vegas already said he wasn't going to win no more than 1 or 2 games. You know what I'm saying? And he come out the gate 1-3 against the defending runner-up from last year. Right. And but see, he already know. He already said, beat me now. Because we coming. He said, once I build that offense and defensive line, see, I already got skill players, but now I got to get them big boys. And that's what happened. Them, the boys he got on the front line, they got bullied. They got bullied. They were smaller, and they was getting pushed back, and that's why they lost. But Deion is a good fit for that university.
Yeah.
He's a good fit.
I don't know anything about sports. I wouldn't even know what university it is.
I like him.
You know how many football games I've watched this year?
How many?
0. I have not seen 30 seconds.
They're talking about Deion Sanders like they did Muhammad Ali. When Muhammad Ali would predict what round he was going to knock your ass out.
Anybody that runs their mouth is going to get shit talked about him. That's why I say, like, just keep your mouth shut.
Exactly.
But here's a good feel-good story. Because I know like most caps like football. Miami Dolphins score 70 points and take a knee rather than take a shot at the NFL scoring.
But you know what?
How nice was that?
That was nice, but you know what? Nobody ain't really talking about it. I found that. Remember, I found that and said I saw it and I thought it was funny. I said the NFL wouldn't care them taking a knee for that.
Oh yeah. you said the only time the NFL's allowed to take a knee is when it's not
right there. Yeah. So when they did that,
pretty
people was
impressive
like,
though. The NFL record for one game is 73 points, set by the Chicago Bears in the 1940s. Regular season score record is 72 points by Washington in 1966. Late in the fourth quarter, the Dolphins had a chance to break the NFL season record and tie the Bears and by kicking a field goal from the Broncos' 28-yard line. It felt, this is a quote, though, this is coming from CNN.com. It felt like chasing points, chasing a record, and that's just not what we came here to do. That doesn't have bearing on the overall season outcome, Dolphins head coach Mike McDonald said. 10 times out of 10, you concede and kneel down in those situations because there was an attainable record that was cool. But the message I thought I wanted to send wasn't in line with
You know what would have been funny?
That's pretty nice.
If Colin Kaepernick played for the Miami Dolphins and he took me, get up, fuck that.
Well, I mean,
get up.
Their quarterback's not white.
No,
for the Dolphins.
He's Polynesian or something like that. Yeah.
But
no, I mean, I just thought it was,
But how are the Dolphins good?
Yeah, they're pretty decent. They're decent. Yeah. They were sucking for a while, but they build a team. They had the money, within the money, and they did some trades and stuff.
Miami's a weird town like that. They'll build a championship team like every 20 years and then fire everybody. That's what they do with the Marlins. Yeah. It's really weird. Wayne said they should have faked a field goal and got a TD. Guys, look, we're gearing up for November 12th. 11th and 12th here in North Carolina. November 11th is a comedy show at my distillery. We have a big Veterans Day extravaganza going on at the distillery that starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, goes all the way into the night with a comedy show, and then on the 12th in Raleigh at a place called Jesse's Honky Tonk, a comedy show with Vinny Montez, J. Derrell White, and myself. We will be doing stand-up comedy there. Tickets are $25. We're doing 2 shows, one at 2 o'clock p.m. on Sunday and one at 4 o'clock p.m. on Sunday. On Saturday, Drew Breezy, the Easy Ceasy Beautiful Drew Breezy from Com Center, will actually be in Albemarle, North Carolina for the badges and boxes thing with Vinny Montez in Albemarle, North Carolina, which is over by Charlotte. So if you're in the Charlotte area and you want to go to that event, we'll have a flyer on our Instagram and our Facebook for that as well. That whole weekend, though, we'd like to see some of you folks We've got, what else we got in the pipeline here? We got Anti-Hero Podcast. I was just a guest on the Anti-Hero Podcast. It was phenomenal. It was a lot of fun. So go over to the Anti-Hero Podcast and also Night Shift, TSI. If you're a big fan of the Filler Stop podcast channel and what we're doing, we have a separate show from the network, but it's owned by the network, but it's on a separate channel. It's called Night Shift, Top Secret Information with Anthony Raimondi. Just type in Anthony Raimondi's name if you're having a hard time finding it. We need 5-star rating and reviews so that show can move up in the algorithm, and it's not hard to find anymore. But it's Night Shift, one word, Top Secret Information, or just type in Anthony Raimondi. Follow Uncuffed Podcast, Filler Stop Uncuffed Podcast for this show. Nominate somebody. Have we got any nominations for tonight? Did you check the messages? Anybody nominate anybody for a shout out tonight? I didn't check any of the messages. I know I have them on Night Shift, TSI. But if you want to nominate somebody going forward, go over to Night Shift and nominate somebody. Could be anybody. Doesn't have to be a first responder. It could be anybody. We'll give them a shout out, a happy birthday, or whatever it will be. Please support our sponsors, ghostbed.com/Wolfpack, factormeals.com, promo code Wolfpack50, Officer Privacy at Wolfpack, officerprivacy.com/Wolfpack, and then manscaped.com, promo code Wolfpack. Get you 20% off over at Manscaped. Get you a nice little shirt like I got right here. Get you a nice little shirt, a little Manscaped shirt. Get ready for last call. Drew and Deadleg and John and we'll all be in studio. We've got lots of very serious news to cover this week. Lots of things going on across the pond in UK with their officers laying down their weapons. We got the missing jet update stuff. We've got Russell Brand stuff that we got to talk about. It's going to be a packed-in show, and I'll need everybody on tech for that one. So get ready. That's at noon on Wednesday live. Make sure you hit like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Give us a 5-star rating and review on all the other channels. And other than that, I think we're covered.
Yeah.
All right.
You covered everything.
Covered it all, man. Hey, I had a good night.
Yeah.
It's good to be back in studio.
I think the only thing we left out was the lady that got ate up by alligator down there in fucking Florida, man. Florida, y'all Florida people, man.
Bro.
My sister want me to come to visit her in Florida. No, you bring your ass back here to North Carolina.
Shit. How savage, just walking down the street with a torso in its mouth.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I'm telling you, killer whales are starting to get more aggressive. Sharks are getting more aggressive.
No.
I think
it's crazy, man.
Pissed off the planet or something.
Unbearable pain after alligators kill woman
family is
Sabrina Peckham in Florida. Florida, man, is a fucked up state. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. I know that's where you're from.
No, listen, I'm for it. That's why I moved away. I couldn't handle it. I wasn't tough enough.
Man, I want to know the story. I'm gonna read more about that, but we're gonna have to talk about that.
Why don't you do a story or something on the Instagrams? Bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. That's just crazy, man.
It is crazy.
Shit, I don't even fuck with these little cats out here, these little animals out here in North Carolina. You think I'm gonna be around? I mean, how an alligator get you, man? How? I mean, was you drunk?
Just get a little too close to that water, man.
Was he went to go pet him? Thought he was friendly.
We just did an episode in Florida. We were in the Everglades this week, a skunk ape episode, really fast. And,
that's right.
There was a little alligator out there, and it was following this little 3-year-old girl around. It was the craziest thing, dude. We were all like, everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, look!" I was like,
I saw a picture of you
dude,
holding
why
one.
don't we fucking shoot that thing for doing
Didn't
that?
you hold it?
Yeah, a little baby one.
Yeah.
No, just a baby one.
I heard they taste good though.
Oh, they do. I love eating gator. I mean, fried gator tail is my favorite. You got to beat it down. You got to beat that meat.
You got to beat
real
meat.
good. Beat that meat.
You know how to beat your meat. Huh? You know how to beat meat. Huh?
Oh yeah, beat it, Daddy. Beat that gator.